Nice to have a family.
Yes, it is.
Man should take care. See that nothing happens to him.
We're joined by Massachusetts Democratic Governor Maura Healey. She's praised Harvard in the story we've been covering, saying that they're standing against the Trump administration's brazen attempt to bully schools and weaponize DOJ under the false pretext of civil rights. Thank you for joining me. What is important about what Harvard is doing?
Harvard's saying enough is enough. And let me be clear, Ari, I was a civil rights lawyer. I was attorney general. There is no place for anti-Semitism in society, on our college campuses, or anywhere else. And there's no question that Jewish students have been treated poorly on campuses around this country. It's also the case that colleges need to do more. And in fact, Harvard has done more, and they've said that there is more work for them to do, and they're doing that. But that's not what is going on here, Ari. And I think this is the point that people need to really understand, that this is really just another attempt by Donald Trump to silence those who disagree with him, to bully, in this case, our colleges and universities in the same way he's bullied and tried to silence law firms and corporations and everyday people, in fact. And that is really, really bad. It's bad for who we are as a country. It's bad for the marketplace of ideas. It's bad, and it needs to be stopped. Today, for example, I was out visiting one of the great universities here, our medical school here at University of Massachusetts. And last week I was at a Harvard teaching hospital. And these are places, Ari, that rely on that federal funding for their scientists and their researchers. They're using that funding to cure cancer, to cure Alzheimer's, to come up with life-saving measures. And I think people need to understand the economic impact of all of this, and also what it means for everyday lives of Americans around this country and, frankly, around the world.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and there's so many layers to it, because first there's the anti-free speech crackdown, the abuse of government power. What I mentioned was very anti-conservative, sort of big government, in your classroom and in independent and private institutions. Second, people think a lot of things when they think Harvard, right? It might be a bit of a Rorschach test for some. But boy, are they behind a lot of life-saving research. They write in the statement, which I think you were partially alluding to, new frontiers beckon with life-changing advances based on their research, treatments for Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, diabetes, breakthroughs in AI. For the government, that's referring to the Trump administration, to retreat from these partnerships risks not only the health and well-being of millions, but economic security and vitality of our nation, from the Harvard-Garber statement there. And it's really true that the administration doesn't care, and I guess doesn't pretend to care about that fallout, because they want to make a point about going after what they see as political opponents.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And what people need to understand, this is bigger than Harvard. I mean, Harvard is a wonderful institution, has contributed so many things when you think about advancements in health, advancements in science, all the support it provides on everything from cybersecurity to our defense industry, right? It's also the case that there are a lot of colleges and universities around the country who are doing this, who are also having their funding cut. This makes no sense. I am about America first. I want to put this country first. But I can tell you right now, Ari, because of what he's done to Harvard, because of what Trump is doing to other universities, China is recruiting all of our scientists and researchers away. He's giving away intellectual assets, okay? He's taking away the people who are doing the research right now and are on the brink of discoveries to cure cancer and to end disease, to do things that will change the world in positive ways as we know it. It just makes no sense to me. So not only is it an attack on our colleges and universities, it's also an attack on this country, on our economy, on who we are. We're a leader in innovation, and I want us to be just that. But whether you're talking about Harvard University, whether you're talking about the University of Alabama or University of Georgia, this stuff is happening in real time right now. I was on a campus today, Ari, where I learned that faculty members are being let go. They've had to cancel, rescind offers for students who are engaged in postdoc and scientific research and study programs because this funding is going away. And, it just kills me knowing the consequences of this. So, look, it's an abuse of power. It smacks of the authoritarian regimes of past when you talk about silencing law firms, companies, colleges, and universities, when you talk about disappearing people from our streets, including foreign students here on work visas. And it also has really significant economic consequences for this country. If you truly believe in America first and you want to bring and reshore manufacturing here, you know what you shouldn't be doing? Sending our researchers and our scientists and the next generation of entrepreneurs overseas, which is what Donald Trump is doing by cutting funding to our colleges and universities.